नहमदुहु नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू। Last time we have seen the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as an orphan child. Prophet Muhammad lived a quiet life in the family of Abu Talib, his uncle. He was never covetous. All through his life, he showed no enthusiasm for the pursuit of riches. If left to himself, he would probably have preferred the quiet life, but he was always anxious to help his uncle, who had the burden of a large family upon him. He saw whenever the Holy Prophet found any opportunity, he cheerfully helped him. The account given by Ibn Sa'd radiallahu anhu as follows. He said, when his nephew was 25 years of age, Abu Talib addressed him in these words: I am, as you know, a man of scanty means. The times are hard for me. Now there is a caravan of your own tribe about to start for Syria, and Khadija, daughter of Khuwailid, is in need of the services of men to our tribe to take care of her merchandise. If you offer yourself for this enterprise, she would readily accept your services. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, Be it as you say. Abu Talib went to her and inquired whether she would entrust this enterprise to his nephew. Khadija, who had already heard of the honesty, trustworthiness, and high moral character of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she said, I would give him twice of what I would give to the other men of your tribe. So the matter was settled, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam undertook the journey. When the caravan was about to set out, his uncle commanded him to the men of the company. Maisara, the servant of Khadija, likewise travelled along with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The caravan took the usual route to Syria, the same which the Holy Prophet had traversed with his uncle, known as Basra, on the road of Damashq, and he sat down to take rest under a shady tree. A Christian monk who lived nearby, on seeing him, rushed to the spot and said, Right from Jesus, the son of Mary, none never sat here before the Prophet. So this we did in last chapter also, and his name was Bahira. The Prophet ﷺ was at that time busy in trade transactions. In the meanwhile, there was an altercation with the customer. He asked him to swear by Lat and Uzza in support of his contention. I have never done that, was the prompt reply. Lat and Uzza were the idol that time, and Arabs were making their swears. So that's why the man asked him to swear by Lat and Uzza. So I have never done that, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ replied, was his prompt reply. When I happen to pass by their images, I purposely avoid them and take a different course. The man was struck at these words and said, You are honest, and whatever you contend is absolutely true by God. Here is a man whose glory has been sung by other scholars and foretold by our books. This is the full account that we find in the authentic records of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's biographies. We do not find any trace of all those stories which have been deliberately fabricated by the Western biographers of the Holy Prophet. That was to his meeting to Nestorian monk, that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam owned his knowledge of Christian doctrines, and where from he imbibed his hatred of idolatry. Like all other prophets of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had natural aversion to all the evil practices that we find in the adulterous society. At the time, the concept of monotheism had lost much its meaning. The way in which the dogma of Trinity was forced upon the people with the misleading and offensive zeal. Okay, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam conducted business in Syria with such prudence and sense of duty that he returned from the trade expedition with an amount of profit larger than usual. Khadija was so deeply impressed by the intelligence and integrity of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that she decided to marry him. The conversation that ensued between the maid of Khadija, who had been deputed to convey the message of marriage, and the Prophet clearly reveals that before his offer of marriage, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had absolutely no idea of this alliance.